Good day, everybody. Hope you're having a great weekend. Hope it's great weather where you are. Here in Southeast Texas, we've had some nice days. Yesterday started out kind of cloudy. A little bit of sun came out. Today, more sun's coming out. So, gonna be rainy tomorrow. So, oh well, what are you gonna do, huh? Anyway, hope you're having a great weekend. Hope you've been having fun. A lot of good basketball being played here the last few days. We're gonna go over all that. Before we start, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything. With that, let's get started. Really, one piece of news stuck out to me. I wasn't going to do any news because there really wasn't nothing that kind of stuck out. But this one, being an Aggie fan, I'm like, whatever, dude, whatever. Johnny Manziel, remember him, Johnny Football? He's pissed that USC hasn't given Reggie Bush his Heisman Trophy back. So he says he's going to boycott the Heisman ceremony. Which, I mean, look, how many guys show up for that Heisman ceremony anyway? I don't know, 20 maybe? So if he doesn't show up, big deal. Says what USC is doing to Reggie Bush does not live up to Johnny's morals and values, which, when did he get morals and values all of a sudden? I love it when he played at A&M. He was badass, but as a person, he's just... I don't know. The guy's got a screw loose. Something wrong with him, seriously. So, anyway, yeah. So, if you were looking forward to Johnny Heisman being at the Heisman ceremony next December, you're probably going to be SOL. So, yeah. Anyway, that's all the news I'm mentioning. All right, so let's go back to Thursday real quick. Number 17, St. Mary's beat Pepperdine 83-57. I believe they won the West Coast regular season title. Don't think they have to share with anybody. They may, but I think they won it outright. And so, number 19, Washington State beats USC by 3. USC led by 4 at halftime. Washington State came back, got them. Let's see, number 23, Gonzaga beat 22-8 San Francisco, 86-68. Actually, a 1-point game at halftime. Gonzaga's Ike, 26.7 rebounds, followed by Hickman, 22 points. They shot 63% from the field, 82% from the free throw line. San Francisco's Thomas led the way, 23 points. He hit 4 3-pointers in this game. No other San Francisco player, though, had over 14 points in that game, and they shot 40% from the field. 17-12 Ohio State beat 20-9 Nebraska, 78-69. Ohio State's battle, season high, 32 points. Nebraska committed 21 fouls in this game. Ohio State only 9. That could have been their doing in right there. 20-7 UMass Loud beat 17-12 Bryant, 89-67. 21-8 Memphis beat Eastern Carolina, 82-58. 18-12 Towson beat North Carolina A&T, 84-58. Towson, they just keep fighting to try to make it to that tournament. They're probably going to have a really good conference tournament to get in, but hey, we'll see. 19-11 Drexel beat Stony Brook by 4. Drexel, another team fighting to get into the tournament. 18-12 Delaware beat Northeastern, 73-67. Delaware, another team fighting on the bubble. 19-11 Hofstra beat 29 UNC Wilmington, 69-58. Dubar for Hofstra, 28 points, 8 rebounds. Carlos, 18.6 rebounds, 56% from the field. They have more rebounds, assists, and points in the paint than UNC Wilmington. UNC Wilmington, no player over 13 points in that game. They shot 42% from the field. Charleston, they moved to 23-7. They beat Campbell 96-73. Smith from Charleston, 32 points in that game. Merrimack, 19-10, beat Fairleigh Dickinson by 19. Central Connecticut, they moved to 18-10, beat Long Island 78-64. Morehead State, they moved to 22-8, beat Southeast Missouri State by 22 points. South Dakota State moved to 18-12, beat North Dakota by 10. St. Thomas, Minnesota, they went 18-12, beat Omaha 88-61. Utah is 17-11. They beat Stanford 90-68. UT Martin moved to 20-10. They beat Tennessee Tech 80-69. Western Illinois, they are 19-11. They beat Eastern Illinois by 4. 10-20 Portland beat 18-12 Santa Clara by 5 in overtime. Portland's Robinson, 32 points. Santa Clara, Did not need that loss. I mean, they're 18-12, better team than Portland, lost. Doesn't look good for them. 19-11, Little Rock beat 17-13 Tennessee State by 25. Tarleton State, they're 21-7 now. They beat Utah Tech by 11. Smith from Tarleton State had 24 points in that game. Grand Canyon, they are 25-4. They beat UT Rio Grande Valley 72-43. 17-12, UC Davis beat 16-13 Hawaii 75-63. Liberty is 17-11. They beat New Mexico State 83-58. 19-10, Weber State beat 17-12 Northern Colorado by 4 in overtime. 19-10, Eastern Washington beat 19-10 Montana by 10. Grizzlies actually led by half at halftime. 16-13, UT Arlington beat 18-11 Seattle by 10. UT Arlington had 20 points off of turnovers in that one. 21-8, UC Irvine beat 18-12 Cal State Northridge 89-64. 13-16, Cal State Fullerton beat 18-11 Long Beach State by 5. Bruton for Cal State Fullerton, 26 points in that game. 12-17, California State Bakersfield beat 19-10 UC San Diego, 70-57. 16-13, Washington beat UCLA, 94-77. UCLA is 14-4. Makes you wonder whatever happened to their glory days. Program is not what it used to be. I don't know what they're going to do. New coach, start recruiting better. I don't know. Maybe going to the Big Ten will help them some. We'll see. No upsets in baseball or softball on Thursday, so moving into Friday. 21-8 Loyola Chicago beat number 21 Dayton 77-72. Loyola Chicago's Watson, 24 points. He hit 4 3-pointers. Norris had 19 points, 11 rebounds. He hit 4 3-pointers. Altogether, the team hit 11 3-pointers in this game. Dayton, Holmes the second, 20 points, 9 rebounds. They shot 52% from the field. They turned the ball over 23 times, which led to 20 points for Loyola Chicago. So Dayton goes down. Number 22, Utah State beat Air Force by 12. Ohio beat Bowling Green 66-59. Both of them were 17-12. Appalachian State 26-5. They beat Arkansas State 80-57. Quinnipiac, they're 20-8. They beat Iona 82-64. 16-10, Marist beat 18-11. Fairfield by 3. Yale 19-8. They beat Dartmouth 80-56. 16-15, North Florida beat 19-12 Stetson, 78-59. James Madison, they are 28-3. They beat Coastal Carolina by 10. Cornell's 21-5. They beat Penn by 6. Princeton, 22-3. They beat Columbia by 14. 20-11, Lipscomb beat 17-13 Eastern Kentucky, 81-67. 14-17, Texas State beat 20-11 Troy, 82-79 in overtime. Those two teams are actually close in all the categories. Louisiana, 18-13. They beat Southern Miss 77-61. Nevada, they moved to 24-6. They beat Fresno State 74-66. No upsets in baseball or softball either on Friday, so we go into yesterday. Great game here I watched. Number 1, Houston beat Oklahoma 87-85. Houston would start to pull away, but Oklahoma would dig in, fight, and would come back. Battle back. It's actually tied. In case you didn't see it, tied at 85 with 0.5 seconds left. Jamal Sneed from Houston hits a shot. They go ahead 87-85. 0.4 seconds left. Oklahoma couldn't do anything. Houston gets out of there with a win. Very good game. I enjoyed watching it. Number 2, Purdue beat Michigan State 80-74. Purdue's Zach Edey, 32 points, 11 rebounds. Purdue clinches a share of the Big Ten title. The guys on TV made a good point yesterday. Do they have enough supporting cast around Zach Edey to make a deep run in the tournament? Remember last year they got bounced out, the first day they played or the second game they played, they got bounced out early. I even said, hey, if Zach Edey, if they don't win the national championship with Zach Edey last year, they need to quit playing basketball. Well, they didn't. They still play basketball. But these guys had a point on TV yesterday. Do they have the supporting cast around Zach Edey to go make a deep run in a tournament? Means that we're going to find out. We will. Number 4, Tennessee beat number 14, Alabama, 81-74. Tennessee had a hell of a week. They beat number 11, Auburn, and number 14, Alabama this week. Number 12, Creighton beat number 5, Marquette, 89-75. Creighton hit 10 three-pointers in this game. They also had more rebounds and assists. Number 6, Arizona beat 19-10 Oregon, 103-83. 3 starters for Arizona, 21-plus points. Number 15, Baylor beat number 7, Kansas, 82-74. Second Kansas loss this week. Bam. 10 minutes left in the second half. Baylor went on a 13-2 run. Kind of sealed the deal. Number 8, Iowa State beat Central Florida, 60-52. Number 9, North Carolina beat North Carolina State by 9. Tar Heels are actually down by 10 points in the second half. They held NC State to 22% shooting from the field there in the second half. Number 10, Duke beat Virginia, 73-48. Virginia 21-9 now. Duke was up 22 points at the half. They just didn't let off. Filipowski, 21.7 rebounds. Number 11, Auburn, they bounced back. They beat 19-10 Mississippi State, 78-63. Auburn had 4 starters in double-digit points. Number 13, Illinois beat 18-11 Wisconsin, 91-83. Wisconsin started off this year on fire. They have lost 7 of the last 9 games. Number 16, Kentucky beat Arkansas, 111-102. 7 Kentucky players in double-digit points. Second half, Kentucky went on a 21-6 run, but Arkansas started coming back. I think they said that was the highest scoring SEC regular season basketball game since either 2005 or 1995, some kind of crazy stat like that. But very high scoring game. Give it to Arkansas. I mean, they dug their heels in. They fought their hearts out. Arkansas is not a very good team, but they gave Kentucky a run for their money yesterday. So that's something to be proud of if you're a Hogs fan. They had a hell of a game yesterday. Another good one I watched. Number 23, Gonzaga beat number 17, St. Mary's, 70-57. Great game. Zags end 16-game winning streak by St. Mary's. First half was dominated by Gonzaga. They had a 16-point lead at halftime. St. Mary's did play better in the second half, made a game of it, but you just kind of wonder what mental picture they had in their head after Gonzaga came out on fire like that. They were kind of like, man, can we really win this game? And, well, they didn't, but still, hell of a game. Number 18, South Carolina beat number 24, Florida, 82-76. Gamecocks, 13 points off of turnovers. They had less fouls than Florida. Number 19, Washington State beat UCLA, 72-65. Washington State's Wells, 27 points, followed by Rice, 18 points. Yeah, you just got to wonder about UCLA, like we talked about. I mean, that was a once proud program, a lot of success, and, man, not so much lately. Number 25, South Florida beat Charlotte, 76-61. South Florida, 20 points off of turnovers. 17-12 Villanova beat 18-11 Providence by 11. 16-15 Gardner-Webb beat 17-14 Winthrop by 1. Gardner-Webb's Quoro Stieber, he won the game for him. 3-point shot with, what did I put down here? With 2 seconds left. Got out of there by the hair there. Chin, chin, chin. 21-9 UNC Wilmington beat 18-13 Towson by 11. Towson did not need that loss. 24-7 Charleston beat 19-12 Hofstra, 87-76. Charleston, that's their 9th straight win. 18-11 Duquesne beat 18-11 George Mason by 8. 16-15 Sacred Heart beat 19-11 Merrimack by 4. Merrimack's 10-game win streak over. That's like the third team that had a long win streak that ended. Toledo, they're 18-11. They beat Buffalo by 6. 22-9 Western Carolina beat 20-11 Chattanooga, 82-63. Woolbright for Western Carolina, 15 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists. Nice game for him. 11-19 UTSA beat 19-10 SMU by 4. UTSA hit 12 three-pointers in this game. They had more assists, and they had 12 points off of turnovers. 24-6 Vermont, beat 20-8 UMass Lowell 74-62. Vermont Steloni, 33 points. He hit 8 3-pointers in this game. 15-14 Kent State beat 16-13 Central Michigan by 6 in overtime. Kent State Santiago, 21 points. 12-17 USC beat 16-14 Washington, 82-75. 17-14 Stony Brook beat 18-13 Delaware, 79-56. 13-15 Delaware State beat 19-10 Norfolk State, 85-71. Delaware State's Tavares, 31 points in that game. 16-15 East Tennessee State beat 21-10 UNC Greensboro by 1. East Tennessee State's Peterson hit the go-ahead shot with 4 seconds left. Won the game for them. 15-14 Bethane Cookman beat 16-12 Southern by 6. Dyson for Bethane Cookman, 23 points in that game. 18-13 Longwood beat 24-7 High Point by 2. Longwood's Napier, game-winning shot at the buzzer on that one. 8-22 Sacramento State beat 16-14 Portland State by 12. 3 Sacramento State players had 15 points. That's a perfect example we were talking about the other day. You got a lot of teams on the bubble, or either that they are falling off the fence on the wrong side, and they are losing games they don't need to be losing. And that's a perfect example right there, Portland State. 16-13 Virginia Tech beat 18-11 Wake Forest, 87-76. Wake Forest actually led by 9 at halftime. 18-12 Iowa beat 20-9 Northwestern by 7. Iowa's Dix, 24 points, followed by Sanford, 23 points. Iowa continues to make that late season push to try to make it into the tournament. 18-12, hey, they might. You never know. 22-7 Richmond beat 19-10 VCU by 3. Richmond's King, 27 points. 17-14 Milwaukee beat 18-13 Green Bay, 90-69. 10-19 FIU beat 19-10 Western Kentucky by 2. Florida International, 14 3-pointers in this game. 20 points off of turnovers, 50 points in the paint. Hell of a game for them. It's hard to believe they're 10-19 when you see numbers like that. Cincinnati beats Kansas State by 2. Both of them are 17-12. 19-12 Santa Clara beat 22-9 San Francisco. 69-62. Not a good week for San Francisco, even though they're a damn good team. They'll make the tournament. I don't know what's happening with them this week. Santa Clara, they had 10 less fouls in this game, 22 more points in the paint. 23-3 Princeton beat 21-6 Cornell by 2. Princeton's Pierce, 23 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, followed by Aloka, 19 points, 4 rebounds. 15-15 UTEP beat 17-12 Liberty, 67-51. UTEP's Camper, 21 points. Liberty, another team that does not need to be losing right now. 12-17 Notre Dame beat 29 Clemson by 7. Clemson led by 3 at halftime. They were outscored 38-28 in the second half of that game. 21-8 Boise State beat 21-8 New Mexico by 10. Boise State Stanley, 24 points, 13 rebounds, followed by Deeganhart, who had 23 points in that game. 20-10 UC San Diego beat 18-13 Cal State Northridge by 10. UC San Diego's Pope, 29 points in that game. 21-8 BYU beat 19-10 TCU, 87-75. TCU led by 17 at halftime. BYU came back and beat them. BYU's had a hell of a week this week. 22-8 UC Irvine beat 18-12 Long Beach State, 82-61. UC Irvine, no player over 13 points. A lot of teams here. No business losing, and they are losing. They're not going to make the tournament. Some of them, some people say they're already out. Mathematically, they're done. But they still got their conference tournament to go. You never know. They may mow through that thing. We've seen it happen before. So, the powers that be, we will see. Okay, so yesterday in baseball, I had a few upsets. Miami beat number 4 Florida 10-6. Torres and Covett for Miami each hit 3-run home runs. Number 10 Clemson beat number 19 South Carolina 5-4 in 12 innings. Akron beat number 12 Duke 4-3. UMass beat number 13 Virginia 10-5. Texas State beat number 15 Texas 11-10. They're loving that, just being a few miles down I-35 from Austin. Texas State's loving that. Number 20, Indiana beat number 25, Dallas Baptist 9-7. Hard to believe Dallas Baptist is ranked 25th because they've always had a good football or good baseball team. I figured they'd be somewhere right outside the top 10, but man, number 25. UConn, they beat number 23 Auburn 8-4. UConn's Daniels, he hit a 2-run home run. Each team had 12 strikeouts in that game. Softball, number 24 Cal beat number 23 Georgia 7-2. Cal's Anders, she hit a 2-run double. South Alabama beat number 11 Alabama 2-0. But Alabama comes back, beats number 21 Arizona 1-0. Number 9 Clemson, they split a double hitter with NC State. They won the first game 8-0, lost the second game 6-1. Number 14 Kentucky lost to Charlotte 14-2. Even though Kentucky had more hits in this game, 9-4, they still lost. Michigan beat number 15 Florida 10-2. I don't know if I've ever seen this done before, but Hohen, she hit a 3-run double. I may have seen it before, I just don't recall, but 3-run double, that's pretty impressive. South Dakota State beat number 16 Arkansas 7-3. All right, so upcoming this week, some of these big games of basketball last week coming up here. We already got one started. Let me see if I can get a score for you. Started at 11 on CBS. UConn, they are up on Seton Hall at halftime, 44-29. So there you go. They're leading right there. Got some other ones coming up here. 15-13 Rutgers at Nebraska later. That's BTN's evening one. East Carolina's playing North Texas, both of them. I don't think they're going to make the tournament, and there's not any TV for it either. So anyway, yeah, UConn up on Seton Hall. Tomorrow, 6 p.m., ESPN, number 10 Duke versus 17-12 North Carolina State. North Carolina State's playing good basketball. Their record, you look at the record, you might say, yeah, they're not that good. They're playing decent basketball. They almost beat North Carolina. That might be one worth checking out. 8 p.m. on ESPN. 19-10 Texas goes to Waco to play number 15 Baylor. Baylor. Tuesday, 6 p.m. Peacock Network, if you got it. Number 2 Purdue goes to number 13 Illinois. 6 p.m. on ESPN. Number 14 Alabama goes to number 24 Florida. 8 p.m. on ESPN. 17-12 Kansas State versus number 7 Kansas. What do they call it in football? Sunflower State Showdown? I don't know if they call that in basketball, but who knows. And, man, a late one on Tuesday night. A good late one. May have to stay up late and be tired at work. 10 p.m. CBS Sports Network. Number 20 San Diego State University versus 18-10 UNLV. Now, that might be a pretty good late game there. May have to just yawn all day at work. Who cares? Wednesday, 6 p.m. ESPN Plus. This whole thing with ESPN Plus ticks me off, I swear. Number 1, Houston at 15-13 Central Florida. Yeah, Central Florida's 15-13, but they have given some teams a good run for their money. On the road, Houston going on the road. Second game on the road for Houston. 6 p.m. ESPN 2, number 4 Tennessee versus number 18 South Carolina. That should be a pretty good one. 7 p.m. ESPN Plus. 21-8 BYU versus number 8 Iowa State. I pay for enough crap. Why should I have to pay to watch a game? I'm sorry, some of these companies in America thinks everybody makes $10,000 a week. They really do. 7:30 FS1. Number 3 UConn versus number 5 Marquette. And you don't have to pay extra for it unless you don't have cable or satellite or something. And then going to Thursday, 8 p.m. FS1, 16-14 Washington versus number 19 Washington State. Washington, not very good this year, but it is a rivalry game. You know what they say, teams always play different throughout the records. So football's the Apple Cup. This might be the Apple Cup too. I'm not sure. But hey, rivalry game. There you go. That is it. We'll be back more than likely on Friday to wrap up what's happened over here the next coming few days, and then what's going to happen this weekend. Anyway, stay safe, work hard, stay busy so the week goes by fast. And before you know it, weekend will be back. We will see you on Friday probably.